Back after e4 with Berlin, and at least twice was very comfortable, I thought. So I didn't see a reason. I mean, once I lose a game there, or I will get a much worse position, maybe I will change it. But I think the ball is on Levon's court at the moment. That's what I feel, at least. So.
Okay, so both experts in this line, I guess.
I think we played actually. I couldn't really remember exactly what was our game. We played in a year ago. I think it was still this position.
Yeah, and then I
played Rookie 1 or something. Yeah, I couldn't really remember. But yeah, in fact, Black is very, very solid. I mean, White can claim to be a little bit better, but even this is not easy at all. I mean, so somehow I'm not really afraid of this type of positions. And after knight e4, well, I just played b6, which was probably a new move to Levon because I started to think.
No, in fact, I don't really know the theory here. I just, I'm not too familiar with this h5, so I'm kind of trying to learn it. And why not to learn it from the best?
No, I thought, okay, b6 is a very typical move in this position. So the next moves are quite logical. c4, a5. Well, I'm just trying to win a tempi. Not to play rook d8 immediately. So White doesn't really have anything, I think, better than rook d2, rook d8 here. And now, I don't know, I should have probably taken just on g5. I actually just confused the move order. I wanted to, okay, takes, and let's say c5. I think it's just totally equal. I mean, because the problem is d4 square. Otherwise, if pawn would be on c3, White could try to claim something. But here, always knight d4 coming. For example, rook e2, knight d4. And even after, then I get king e7 and a4, and if White goes a4, then even knight endgames are already safe for Black because there is also with knight d4 and b6. I think it's just totally equal. But I just took very quickly on d2, and then Levon took with a bishop, so I thought, okay, well, maybe it was not very clever from my side, but still, somehow I was quite, I mean, first of all, I played a lot these positions, also analyzed them quite a lot, and I'm not really, I thought Black is quite okay here. Levon thought he's a bit better. Maybe it's
Actually, I thought I'm much better here, for some reason. Yeah, I thought that your pieces are not right placed.
No,
but then I've played some inaccurate moves.
I don't know. I didn't see what because c5, okay, I'm threatening knight d4, bishop f4. I thought it's kind of on
yeah.
a4 just to
and
weaken.
Here I
but what? I didn't see any.
I played some terrible move here. I think knight c3.
No, but what to play? I mean, I'm
king
just
f1.
I'm doing my things like bishop d8.
You take and play bishop d8.
Yeah, bishop d8. Yeah, let's say first. I want also knight e7, knight e6, and sometimes rook h5. Sometimes f6.
Okay, and if I play perhaps king e1?
Then it might be a good time, I think, for this already. It's very typical. So
yeah.
King f7. I don't know. I looked at these positions. I think it's just nothing for White, in my opinion. But I don't know. I might be wrong, of course. But
yeah, perhaps.
I mean, I thought that Black.
I also looked at it from the Black side. I'm not really familiar to play it with White, so.
No, but the problem is that White seems to be. I mean, White seems to be active, but from another point, at some point, he runs out of plans. And if Black manages to activate his rook, he's just better. So
what
White
is
running.
What would you play after bishop d8, knight d5?
Knight d5.
Yes.
I thought I can play any move, rook h5, or knight e7 maybe is possible. I don't know. I was thinking. But also, I was not sure if there is anything wrong with c6, in fact.
Okay.
And then f6, this plan on king f7. I mean, knight c3 probably, and just f6.
Knight e4? It's pretty ugly.
Yeah, but the whole Berlin looks ugly. I'm used to it already.
Well, this doesn't look convincing. I don't know. Rook a1.
Bishop e7, and then at some point I get my knight to d4, and I don't know.
Rook a7. I think you're
king g6.
You're playing with fire here.
Well,
rook b7.
In a way, but I still believe so much in Black's.
No, but
position.
Not here. I think.
Yeah, maybe it's a bit too much. Although I'm still not totally sure. I mean, I have my play here also. Knight d6, king f8. Not totally sure even.
But then you lose on h4, no?
Not sure bishop c2, you get also losing something. I mean, I don't know, but I have a lot of trust in Black's position. Maybe I don't have to do this. I thought also maybe knight e7 is okay.
I was actually
Also
thinking
rook
that,
h5,
you
fact,
should
no?
take on d5. That's
But
what I was
even
thinking.
if I just do rook h5, what is your next move? I just don't see really. It's because then if bishop c1, I have knight d4, and otherwise I get maybe knight e7 next.
And bishop h2? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, even knight
What do you
e7,
want with
yeah.
rook h5? Maybe I can play
Nothing
just king
special.
f1.
Maybe king e7 finally. I mean knight e7. What's my problem? Knight to g6.
Okay, yeah.
Very solid for black.
Yeah, it's very static. You kind of feel that you're achieving something with white. But then at one moment you realize you're not really going anywhere.
No, but I thought knight b5. Yeah, this was quite critical.
Yeah.
Knight b5.
Actually, bishop d7, knight a7, right? This is what you also thought.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I thought knight e6 because knight e7 is quite risky. I thought, okay, it's quite dangerous to play knight e7 also. I was not sure what to do. I think like knight e7 maybe because your knight can get trapped. I don't know. It's very
Yeah, because e6
double-edged,
somehow
yeah.
doesn't give the advantage. Because bishop b5, ef, king f7, c
Yeah.
take b, and rook e8 black is in time. Because it looks like I've got all this grip on white squares, but
Yeah, let's calculate. Yeah, this line takes, and I have rook e8.
yeah,
if
somehow.
And yeah, I mean, I just need 1, 2 moves. If I'm out, I'm not worth it all. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it looks like.
95, king e6, knight c6.
But I thought still knight
b6.
b5 was. Also, I can make a move like rook h5 or something. But it's a bit. I mean,
a bit
I don't have
dodgy,
a next one. Yeah, that's. But anyway, yeah, because after knight c3, I think rook g8 is very strong move. In fact, I already felt I'm slightly better here after rook g8 because very annoying this g5 threat. How to protect, how to defend it.
Yeah, here
I mean, all of a sudden, this g5 becomes very unpleasant. Yeah,
and later on I was playing some really terrible.
and knight
moves.
e4, I think bishop c8 is good move. Okay, now it's really, I started to feel I have winning chance because bishop b7 and
I probably should have played e6 here.
e6.
Yeah.
But e6, f6, I thought it's just practically lost. And then g5 and takes the pawn.
Then wait. Knight c3, g5.
g5 and take. And,
I'm not in time, huh? Yeah,
I
maybe.
thought e6. No, I thought it's already seriously worse for white here. I mean, rook a1 was a good try at least to, yeah, because otherwise, if white is doing nothing, bishop b7, rook a1, king d7, everything comes, you
No,
know.
maybe I should play king e2, bishop b7, king d3.
Yeah, I thought, but this looks really dangerous. I mean, I thought maybe king d7. Or f6.
Right, rook e1.
Or f6.
I don't think I can be worse here. Why should I be worse?
I don't know.
I mean,
have
I
two
didn't
bishops.
really
I like
commit
two
anything
bishops.
terrible yet.
6, king f7, bishop e7, rook d8. I mean, this d4 square. No, I mean, it's very nice for black. I don't know if I'm really better. I don't
Just
know.
rook e1, king c3, then and I'll be fine.
You think? I don't know. I don't know if you'll be fine. King f7, or g5, g4 will come.
Bishop h2.
Bishop h2. Okay.
I mean,
bishop
I've been trying to get better positions in Berlin as well as you did
rook
many
e8.
times. Normally, it's
No, of course, white is solid, but it's clear
very
black
solid.
is trying to
Yes,
play for
yes,
advantage.
sure.
Yeah, maybe it's not enough. I agree. Yeah, but because here bishop b7 it seems forced. And
yeah.
okay,
I
this-
forgot about f6 completely.
Yeah, f6. Well, actually, bishop f3 I also have a nice position. Yeah, and g5, g4, but it's just for equality more.
No, you're slightly worse there. Bishop
think?
e3,
Yeah, g5, g4,
g4, knight h2.
but take, even take and rook g3. No, I mean,
Yes, it doesn't work. I think
I think hg kind of it should be draw. I mean, I have a little initiative, but not really.
not.
Draw.
I thought white has the initiative there. No.
No, I don't know. Well, anyway, it's, yeah. Anyway, f6 it looks better, yeah, because okay, here it's clear that knight
it's
e4
clear
is
that I'm-
kind of only
that
move.
I'm
Yeah?
defending here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if king d7. Then I thought later maybe rook g7 was a bit more accurate. I was thinking maybe okay, I was hesitating if rook e1 and then maybe even king f8. Maybe I should in fact put my king there.
I
but
actually
it's a
thought
bit
that king on
delicate.
c8 is very well placed.
Yeah, it's a bit far from action.
I
I
thought
only.
that you were playing well.
I don't know, but here, yeah, the problem is knight d4, of course, is critical. Yeah, here knight d4 is quite
But we don't
critical.
need this stuff. I mean, I'll take play f3.
Yeah, but I thought maybe okay, it's just kind of now I have a static advantage, but I don't think
But
it
it's
will be enough.
it's
yeah.
becoming much
Yeah,
smaller.
yeah. I think I need to keep pieces. Okay, rook g7 is kind of tricky
It
move.
was a good move, yes.
Yeah, just to make you move, it's difficult to make a move for white. Yeah, so finally I get knight on d4, f3, and actually, okay, now I started to move my bishop. Maybe I played a bit too slowly. Maybe I should do something
No,
more.
I think you did very well here, but on move 34, king d7 is a mistake. I thought your maneuver was very good.
Yeah, I mean, it's logical
You
to
have
put...
to play bishop g6 and then rook d7. This is very
yeah,
unpleasant.
like this. Yeah, because I wanted to cover this a8 square, but I just forgot that I can cover it
extremely
like this.
unpleasant for white.
Yeah, of course, because now I start to attack the pawn.
It's
Yeah,
not clear what I can do, because I'll play rook e3, and then what next? Because I don't really want to play g3, it's risky. So
yeah, I mean...
I was very worried here.
I mean, I had the same idea to cover the a8 square, but somehow I did it wrongly. With king d7, I was just getting a bit... No, in fact, my plan was to change rooks. In fact, because I think if I change rooks, I will be close to winning in this position. But king d7 is too slow, yeah. Somehow I thought, okay, I put king on c6 first, very slowly, maybe b5, but yeah, you're right, of course, bishop g6 was very annoying, yeah. Because here, okay, also it looks dangerous, knight e3, but maybe it works, yeah.
It looks like it's gone, yeah. Like the advantage, a big
Yeah,
part
it's
of it
close.
is gone.
I mean, knight b3 seems, okay, of course it's a nice trick and it looks like I thought black is close to winning, but in fact it's just by tempest white is in time to pick up the c-pawn. It seems so at least. So maybe objectively I should try here to continue in a slow fashion. I don't know how exactly to make some move like rook f7.
I was actually thinking that you will play c6, but then rook a1, I wasn't sure. Because if I allow you to exchange the black bishops, then I'm in trouble.
But I didn't even like after c6, I think something like knight c7.
Yeah, bishop c7, this is unpleasant for me.
I thought it wouldn't be enough. I mean, it's too much to change. Take knight e4 somehow.
But then,
maybe.
I thought I don't have any counterplay.
I mean, in fact, my plan was to get b5 and bishop a5, but then there is knight e4 somehow. Maybe, I don't know, it's difficult. I just thought that actually I'm close to winning with knight b3, because, okay, rook e3, knight c1 is very important. Otherwise, rook e3 would be very strong, but then there is knight c1, and after rook e1, there is bishop takes c4, and seems to be winning. So,
yeah, I was terrified here.
Yeah, so here, I mean, this is only way, and now, okay, I just need to set up my pieces, I will be technically winning, but I didn't realize, of course, that I seem to be probably not in time, simply just by tempo, yeah. I didn't see what can I do now, because king c8 I have to play, and now knight c3, and unfortunately bishop e7, knight d5, I just need one move, and probably black will win, but I'm just not getting it, yeah. Here, knight d5. And after rook d7, just in time, maybe the last chance is bishop b3 here, yeah.
Later on you had chances, but I mean it's...
yeah, no, later on, okay, of course it's a draw, it's just that Levon, of course, okay, got to relax, and in fact, yes, okay, here after f5, all of a sudden there is some problem, because bishop f2, f4 is a bit dangerous.
Yeah, I forgot about f5.
Yeah, and here, okay, maybe I think it's still a draw, but maybe I could have played very, very accurate move to...
It has to be a fortress, but it's not so easy. You're
yes,
me.
I mean, but somehow, yes, I felt like, okay, it's just ridiculous if I managed to win 2 against 2. I don't know, I couldn't really concentrate here, although I should probably here at this moment try. I still believe it's a draw, but okay, after bishop f7, bishop somehow I just missed. In fact, I thought bishop f6 was very dangerous. Knight d4, king d5, knight f5, c3. But then I realized it's bishop g7, because this, I mean, otherwise I get king c4 and it can be a bit
actually,
dangerous.
bishop e1 is a very devilish...
Well, kind of small trap, yeah. But here bishop g7 is drawing.
Because it seems that knight d4, king d5, the most precise is to play king e2, but that actually loses, probably, because he takes and plays king e3, and if I protect the f1, he plays bishop h5.
Oh, wow, nice. Just got
no, it's a still draw, sorry.
Why?
Bishop e5.
King d3?
No, bishop e5, bishop g4, sorry. No, it's lost.
Probably winning, yeah. Yeah, but okay, knight f5, and now, okay, it's not so difficult to see king e2, yeah, so finally it's a draw, yeah.
Just from my benefit, a little earlier, you quickly said, here, bishop e7, knight d5.
Yeah.
Is it very risky to take this knight?
You mean to take?
Yeah.
No, but I think it's a draw. No, it's not. There's absolutely no risk for black, but I don't see how can I win it, yeah.
Right.
I mean, okay, I just have to hold for 2 bishops, I think, yeah. Otherwise,
yeah,
I think this should be a draw, yeah.
Okay.
No, but this Levon is right, yeah, bishop g6 was really strong, yeah, it's true.
And then are you
yeah, because this rook d7 is very annoying, yeah, because there are some, I still don't know what am I threatening, but it's kind of scary for white, especially because of time trouble. Otherwise, maybe white can still accurately defend, but in time trouble it's not funny to defend this position. Yeah. That's true. Okay. To do.
Well, thanks, guys. Very interesting.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.